Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I am a 32-year-old cashless, zero-based budgeter and stuffer. And today we're going to be doing both my cash stuffing for the third week of June, as well as my cash unstuffing for the second week of June. So this past weekend was the US Open. You would think that that would mean that we would get a lot of extra money and tips, but what it really meant was that it was extremely difficult to get through Oakmont, and that everywhere in the area had very long wait times for their food. So I ended up not dashing very much. I only made $76.75. So I did not feel the need to record an entire budget with me, an entire stuffing video, because those would be like 3 minutes long, because I am only stuffing 3 categories plus the roundup. So we're just going to do that with the unstuffing. So we'll start with the stuffing. So we'll start with my variable expenses, and we'll go into gas, and we're going to put $50 into gas, which gives me 50, 70, 1, and 2. I am going to be unstuffing some of this momentarily, for my cat is like trying to get into her little condo, but my foot is in there, so it's quite interesting. For groceries, we're going to put in $19. That's 19. And we already have 3, so we have $22 in groceries. And then we are going to go into the 52 Cats challenge, which is my version of the 52-week challenge, and we are going to be stuffing my next lowest cat, which is the $7 cat. Oh, didn't change out my marker. That's not the right color. So we're doing the $7 cat. And we're adding 5 and 7. And I didn't even clean out my cash tray, so I'm totally unprepared for this video. We're adding the 5 and the 2. And we're not going to count that until we do the condensing, which I'll probably do closer to the end of the month. I don't know how well my cash tray is in frame, but I do still have a good amount of all of my bills left. Okay, and then my roundup, I'm just going to put that in with my savings roundups that I do as part of my unstuffing. So let's just go to my unstuffing. So we're going to start with gas, and I filled up twice, once for $34, once for $16, because they turned off the pump whenever I went inside the store to buy snacks for some reason. But so we're spending $50. The $50 that I put in, we're taking right back out, and we have $22 left in gas. Okay, go ahead and highlight that. Also, this is a very short unstuffing, so kind of combining everything together gets one more decent sized video. Groceries, today is Tuesday. It is like noon. It is exactly noon. So I just went grocery shopping, just got back. I spent my grocery money, but that is in the next week's unstuffing. So we're going to pull from a couple different envelopes to cover my credit card payment. So I paid $129 on my credit card to cover some of my travel expenses from when I went to Florida last weekend. So we're going to pull out $8, and that is going to be covering my my snacks that I bought. And then I am also going to need an IOU for $8 to cover what I was supposed to pull from here for my credit card payment, but I ended up not pulling it. I just realized I put that money in the tray and I didn't leave it out to count. So we're just gonna assume that I pulled the correct amount of money from my envelopes. Okay, so that is it for my variable expenses. We are not pulling out of my my high priority binder, but we are gonna pull out of my low priority binder. So we're gonna go into Shindigs and Shenanigans, and we're gonna pull everything out of here. So let me Let me just add this on my calculator. So 25, 35, 40, 1, 2, and 3. So we're pulling 43 out of there. And then we're going to go back into travel. And we're going to pull the money out of here. So we have 20, 30, 20, 40, 50, 20, 40, 60, 75, 7, and 8. Plus 78 is 121. So that $8 IOU is correct. We'll stuff that and pull it next week. But that is $129 to cover my credit card payments. And then we're gonna go into my long-term savings binder to do my roundup. So we're adding that 75 cents from my cash stuffing. I did get my big girl paycheck. I got a $5 Atlas Earth payout, and then I just had a couple of roundup transactions. Sorry, my cat is like insane right now. I don't know how much you can hear her. But it's also like the middle of the day, so there's a lot of cars going by. So you can probably also hear those. So we're adding 49.47 to 299.01, which brings us to 348.48. So I'm gonna go ahead and color in 5 circles. All right, yeah, that'll bring us to 340 on the tracker. This color is disgusting. I don't know who thought that was a good idea to put in a marker package, but they did. So we're dealing with it. And then I'm gonna put in a 50 and take out a 1, and we should have 348 in here. So we have 1, 52, 53, 20, 45, 7, and 8. 348, perfect. So that is gonna be it for this video. Short, sweet, to the point. I am hoping that DoorDash will be better this week. The open is over. Things should be back to normal. It is my Friday off, so I'm planning on DoorDashing. I have a couple appointments in the morning, but I'm planning on DoorDashing in the evening. So I'm hoping to be getting closer to like $300 to do some stuffing, because I need to do some stuffing. Things have been tight for a bit now, so I'm hoping that we can kind of get things going again. But let me just see how much we did on stuff. So 187 is what I pulled today, and then I added in 76, 75. So obviously not a great week as far as in and out, but I'm hoping that things will be getting better in the very short future. And that is going to be it for this video. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you in my next video.